Hey friends! Issue 5 is at the printer. It is about to arrive, I hope. You never know, it's a God project. So we've got a new printer who's making wholesale pricing available, which is incredible because that means that I can sell the magazine to boutiques with a healthy business model. So yes, for the win, God's stories from you are getting out to a broader audience slowly but surely. Which brings me to, I'm actually here in Florida trying to get the magazine to little boutiques here, spread the word. So yeah, if you have somebody that you know in Florida, make sure to send me a note because that is the whole point of being here, is to get it out there. So exciting news in the studio. We have a spot opened up in Creative Catapult. If you don't know what Creative Catapult is, it is a 9-week Zoom accountability group for creatives, and it is like a game changer. If you have a creative idea, like a book you want to launch or a podcast or painting series, whatever it is, any creative idea that you have, please jump into this class and apply for the scholarship. 9 weeks together on Zoom, so you can be anywhere in the country. I'll ship you this workbook, and then there's also the videos that come with it. And really what is, like I already said, the game changer piece is that Zoom call where you're held accountable for your creative idea and you're amongst other people who are cheering for you and helping you to bring your idea to life. So make sure to apply, or please send it to somebody who you know could use that accountability. Next step is we have issue 6 is already being worked on, which won't release until around Christmas time, but this one is titled Relentless Pursuit. And that title came to my mind when I started thinking about how God pursued my family. My grandpa was an orphan. He was just kind of on his own, and he had someone invite him to a Billy Graham crusade. And from there, everything changed. His life, he just did a 180, and then my grandma followed suit. So it doesn't mean that like everything was perfect. There's lots of bumps in that, but God was pursuing our family, and now the ripple effect came down through all 3 of his daughters, which then has been transformative to me, and then now I hope to be passing it on. So it's amazing to think about these coincidences, these little invitations, these things that God is doing in your life that you don't know at the moment are actually significant, pivotal turning points in your family's history or in your personal story or whatever that looks like. So I want to hear how you have seen God pursue you relentlessly, or through a story like what I'm sharing, through a family member or something that really just points our eyes towards faith and what God is doing. So as far as that's all that's going on in the studio. Big stuff, I suppose. The subscriptions are available. Did I say that already? That's a huge deal. So if you want a subscription, it comes with a free sticker sheet. So make sure to grab that, share it, gift it to somebody. I don't care, but let's just get the word out about this magazine. God's doing great stuff. It's really encouraging. So, okay, now for this inspirational piece, if you will. That's not really true, but I just want to offer up my sketchbook to be able to be viewed. I'm using a new medium, these little wax pastels that can get wet. They're water soluble. They are a ton of fun to play with, but there's pages inside of here that are truly like ugly. Like I don't even want to have them in there, but I think what it does is I hope it spurs you on to just play and enjoy and goof off inside the pages of a sketchbook. You never have to film it or show anybody, but it is opening up new pathways for things that I never would have explored, drawing and doodling and messing with. And so I'm seeing some fun new art come out of it. So I hope you enjoy. I also hope that you get into your sketchbook, and I can't wait to see you in our next video. Adios. Hey there, this is my sketchbook now. I'm just playing with some new mediums. This is a wax pastel. You can get it wet and then it just changes into all sorts of different things. So I was allowing myself just to goof off in this. Like I don't even like that, but it's here. We've got this one that has a fun color palette. I was playing with getting those crayons wet, and what that did, it's almost like it almost turns it into like a watercolor, if you will. Exploring having the window panes in the background, different flowers. Still my typical style, but we're also seeing more of the flowers. This one was a special one because I didn't want to forget this quote. A friend told me that whether you're writing a song for hundreds of people or you're writing the song for one person, your audience never changes because we're doing it all for the glory of the Lord. And I just love that and didn't want to forget it. And I was also exploring playing with these different pencils and different marks and scratching at it and just allowing whatever came out to come out. So this is kind of a funky and different piece of work, but something new. More of the flowers, just exploring the floral like I always do. A little bit more of the pencil again, what a life looks like to be well worn, living out of sovereign freedom. Now merging the flowers and the colors with that same kind of dark pencil-y designs. The marks on every mark you make is important and is telling part of the overall story. So it's fun just to let yourself just play and see what comes out, because this is definitely outside of my style box. This was fun because I have a new color palette here that I don't typically gravitate towards oranges, but I have a friend who loves oranges, so I was just thinking about her and started working out this color, and I love it. This is one of my favorites. Into the blues, again, we see this clash of kind of this window pane being inside the leaves, but then also these flowers going all over, introducing the birds. See that color palette again. The hand that's holding this house, again, just mixing all sorts of different things. We have the geese in this one, but then also the flowers, but then we also see this new emerging of these lines that come together with the different color blocks, which started to show up back here in some of the just black and white stuff. Let me find it again. So you're seeing it come through here, and then now the addition of the color. So there's that. This was just a funky, I love this blue, it's so vibrant. Then we see a little more typical to me, just this kind of whimsical, bright colors here. Birds in there. And then clouds, something totally random. It was after our creative retreat and just saw these beautiful clouds out in the sky, so wanted to mark that down and remember it, which it's amazing how when you sketch something like this, how it does form a different and deeper memory. Yeah, still seeing some of that color blocking coming through in these lines here. Trying my hand at flowers that are actually more realistic looking. This was from a friend's garden. Of course, a card that I might try to sell. I love this bright periwinkle. I have a funky bird playing with some of this more Native American like shapes, starting to wonder what this will turn into. I'm liking some of it, not liking other pieces, but again, it's just a sketchbook, so free to goof off and play with it. This one is outside of my color field, but really like these two blues together mixed with that orange. I feel like it just pops, it's alive. Here's some more of that like the Native American pattern, turning that into a flower and then bringing it in. We still see more of those color blocking lines coming through and emerging as the flowers stems now. Yeah, and then this piece is just a mix of lots of different things. We've got the flowers going, the birds, the Native American pieces, the color blocking. You can see it's just all, now we've got the pencil marks, everything's just starting to build onto each other. So I think next we'll be doing something like this. This is the end of the sketchbook, but something similar, but starting with a base of acrylic and then adding these wax pastels on top and then continuing to build with colored pencils and just regular pencil. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Oh, look at that, I forgot. Looks like I started the wrong way. And again, just kind of more of what's been growing. So anyway, hope you enjoy this. Hope it encourages you to just get in it, make ugly things, make beautiful things, and play with whatever you have handy that you can play with.